It all started in a dusty attic in Defiance, Ohio.
One of the most exciting finds in the history of sports card collecting.
Some rich baseball history has emerged from an unlikely place.
Set untouched in an attic for decades.
Carla Hinch and her cousin were cleaning out their grandfather's attic when they happened upon a cardboard gold mine.
They found a box containing 700 rare baseball cards from 1910. Their estimated worth, $3 million.
The Black Swamp Find.
Well, the name the Black Swamp Find was suggested by the family initially, and we're up in northern Ohio. This area is known as the Great Black Swamp. So, you know, it was a very unique name and a catchy name. At the same time, it encompasses, you know, the area that they were actually found.
Yeah, when they originally found the cards, they didn't realize what they had. They weren't sure they were real. They didn't look like any modern-day baseball cards that they were familiar with. Luckily, the family friend said, you know what, there's a lot of cards here, let's see what we have and find out for sure. So thankfully, they did their homework. They took a little time, made some phone calls.
Yeah, the initial call came into Peter Calderon.
And the initial phone call was pretty cryptic. He really wasn't forthcoming with information. Didn't really know what he had for sure at that point, but after a lengthy conversation, we determined that the cards were in fact E98 caramel cards, and then we went on to the really surprising part of the collection, which was the condition and quantity.
When they told us that these were in mint condition and they're 100-year-old cards, we obviously had some skepticism, but the cards came in on a Saturday.
And Saturday morning, I opened up the box, and inside were 800-year-old baseball cards that were just literally in brand new condition.
Pete opens up the box, and his first words were, you know, holy cow, I've never seen anything like these. I mean, they were literally in the same condition that they were manufactured in 100 years ago.
And it was then that I found out that every player and every color background came in its own separate pile, each one still wrapped in string.
Having examples like this that had never been handled for 100 years and were in the same condition they were when they came out of the factory. Dozens and dozens of examples that were perfect. We knew that there were going to be some strong grades. We sent them to Professional Sports Authenticators, PSA, which is the largest grading and authentication service in the industry.
In my opinion, it is the most remarkable discovery ever in the history of the baseball card hobby. This find has completely changed this market for this particular issue. The E98 set was so difficult prior to this find that even the most advanced collectors would shy away from it because they would say to themselves, it's not even worth attempting because it's so tough. I think as a result of this find, you could actually make the argument that many new collectors, many new buyers will come in because now it's actually feasible to complete a high-grade collection.
The human interest angle of this story is what really caught the public imagination.
Yeah, once the news of the Black Swamp collection hit the internet and hit the news circuits, everything just turned over on itself. The phone was ringing off the hook.
The AP was the first agency that picked up the story and ran with it nationally, and from there, within 7 days, it was on thousands of media outlets and television stations and publications.
It gave Heritage and it gave a lot of people the opportunity because there were some people that did find some cards. They took the time, looked around, and did find some cards. There was a lot of good feedback out of it.
A day later, a producer from the Today Show calls, and they said, this is a very interesting story. We're interested in talking to you. They said, Matt Lauer actually really loves the story. So he requested that they reschedule, and we were able to go on a Wednesday so Matt could do the interview himself. When we went to the National, we were obviously going to have the Platinum Night event in Baltimore in conjunction with the National Sports Collectors Convention.
The Black Swamp find was the talk of the National Sports Collectors Convention this year. All day, every day, there was just a steady stream of people coming by the Heritage booth to see the cards.
Got a lot of first-timers asking questions, contacting us about the E98 find, and then exposing them to, all types of card collecting.
Hundreds of rare, perfect condition baseball cards go up for auction in Baltimore. Well, tonight, collectors pay $500,000 for the best cards of the bunch.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's do lot 001. It's the 1910 E98.
Yeah, the Platinum Night auction was a new experience for a lot of people. For us, never before had there been a situation where you had 30 family members of a consignor coming to an auction just to see the bidding. So it was nice that so many could come to the auction, and everybody was excited about what was going to happen and how much they were going to sell for.
And there was just a really electric atmosphere in the room.
240,000 solid. Anybody else have the cut bid? Anyone else? Done. $240,000.
Again, it's very unique material that got a lot of press, and it was being sold unreserved. So, you know, it was going to be a lot of fun to start the auction off like that. Our initial estimates for these first 37 cards were right around $500,000. So, you know, the initial, the pre-auction press, as it was leading up to it, really got the anticipation and the excitement factor up for these cards, and we were really excited. I mean, the bidding had gotten pretty aggressive before the live auction opened. So the prices were already pretty strong when the sale opened. And when it was all said and done, the 3 lots hit $566,000. So they were right in that target range where we thought they were going to hit.
There's no time frame. There's no fire sales. We're going to take our time. We're going to sell them at a safe pace. You know, we're not just going to dump them on the market. And so you'll be seeing Black Swan cards for years to come.
It's a great feeling knowing that, you know, a collection like this, a find like this, could have been tossed in the trash. I'm sure there are other significant finds that, you know, through the years have been tossed away with people that just didn't know better or know what they had. So, you know, the fact that they decided to do more research and they gave us a call, I'm just really happy for the family, and it couldn't have happened to a better family.
So, but luckily they held on to them, did their homework, and gave Heritage a call, and the rest is going to be history, as they say.